Welcome, everybody, to the sportiest stream. It's nice to see you all. We have. Hello there, Scoops. Hi. We have a great matchup here for you. Coming from the Premier Championship Series, Champions Cup. We're starting off here with two teams that have been on here before. It's Evolve Sapphire and Shadow Phoenix. Looking to get themselves a good start here, but I'm not here by myself. I'm here with a friend. Welcome, Krevlow, to the stream. How you doing, Krevlow?
I'm
How does
doing
it
pretty
feel to
good.
join the stream? And man, it should be fun together.
It is a little bit nervous, I'd say, but first time for everything, I'd say. But yeah, I appreciate this and all, and I'm really excited to see this and the matchup and all that. Just getting in right now, so yeah. I haven't seen these two teams play before, so it's gonna be interesting for me to watch them. I believe you said that one of the teams is a couple of friends of yours.
I know
So,
both these teams pretty well, actually.
oh, you
They've
know
been on my
both of
stream
them? Okay.
before. Both of them have been on my stream before. Evolve Sapphire from the very loyal Evolve organization that has been featured, has had many of their teams featured, and Shadow Phoenix, who have been on my stream. I don't know how many countless numbers of times they've been on my stream. They always seem to get here, and but I do really like that the Phoenix United organization. But man, this should be a good series. We're just ready for everything. Tell me about these teams and their lineups. Is there any name that sticks out to you? I can tell you about these players.
For me,
Is there any
I
name that
have
sticks out
not
to you?
seen. I wouldn't say so at the moment. I mean, I haven't seen any of these two players or any of these players at all. But taking a look at both of them, I'm not really too sure. I guess I'll have to really just see through the first game, look at each player's individual play style and how they play together, and just kind of make a bit of a guess off of that and see which players I think look to be the strongest currently as they play.
And you talk about that. I've seen these teams play, and a lot of people here now coming in from these organizations. Or you guys will get your time soon enough to vote for who you think will be the winner of this matchup that I never thought I'd ever get to see. I never thought I'd get to see Phoenix United and an Evolve team play against each other. But man, of all the Evolve teams to go for, they're going up against one of the best, if not maybe the best in the Champions Cup. Evolve Sapphire, I believe in the qualifiers they went 3-0. They looked unstoppable at some points, and Shadow Phoenix talked with Diabolos, better known as Fluffy, beforehand, and he showed a lot of mixed confidence here. I'm interested to see what his team's going to do, though, to maybe try to find a way to fight back, because this series is not going to be easy for them in any way. As we're currently having issues here with Krevlow.
Oh,
Krevlow muted himself, I think.
oh shoot! Did I mute
I
myself?
think you muted yourself.
Oh no, that's not good.
A nightmare. I've had that happen to me many times before.
Yeah, I believe my Wi-Fi might be having a few issues here. I'm not too sure, but
I mean,
I'm
we can
hoping
hear
it'll
you.
sort itself
I can
out.
hear you.
Yeah,
The
you can
stream
hear
can.
me, so that's a good sign at least, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, so hopefully everything will stay fine for that. But
Again, again, a big result for these teams to come in here to the first week. Shadow Phoenix, this is, again, a tough matchup. Evolve Sapphire have looked absolutely incredible.
I gotta ask, who do you think would be the favorite to win
Evolve Sapphire, I
this
think,
series?
is probably the favorite to win this one.
Sapphire. All
Yeah, I
right.
think Evolve Sapphire is the favorite to win this one. I've seen both teams play. Well, Shadow Phoenix is super talented. I expect them to make it pretty far into this tournament. I see Evolve Sapphire. They went, I believe, 3-0 in the qualifiers.
Oh wow.
They're a talented team. I would be surprised if they don't. I'd be surprised if they don't if they fall down here in the first group stage. But again, that prediction poll is up. You guys got some time. Vote for who you think will win. Think of yourself, Evolve Sapphire. Do you take Shadow Phoenix on this one? Yes, it is about Champ 1, Champ 2. Here's the Champions Cup.
So this should be interesting then. Champ 1, Champ 2. I mean, uh, based on what I've played before around that rank, anything can happen. Really, it can be really unpredictable for teams sometimes, but it should make for an interesting game, I'd say, or series actually, in fact. Um, yeah, because there can be you can have players in that area who are really good mechanically, not as good off the ball. You can have players who are great off the ball, not as good on. Like you can have such a mix of play styles and stuff within that I think it's just going to make it quite interesting.
And to add to that, I mean, there's no way that like this could be a close series. I have to say this could be a close series. I know I was talking about Evolve Sapphire being the favorites, but it's Shadow Phoenix again. I've seen them so many times. If you gotta focus on anybody there, from my history of remembering this team, I remember Kyre and Fluffy, or I guess Diablos, I gotta call him that, being the players to focus on. And for Evolve Sapphire, you talk about mechanics. Squashy is extremely mechanical. They're going to be weapons on this field for their respective teams. Do not expect it to be easy. You expect these teams to throw a lot at this game. We're gonna see what sticks here as we get ourselves into this best of 5 very soon. Krevlow, what do you think you're gonna see from both these teams? I know again you don't know them very well, but you know this level, you know what it is. What do you want to see from these teams? What do you think is going to be the key to success?
I think the key to success, especially around this rank and area, is it's going to be definitely communication for one. Communication is going to be one of the greatest things you can have as a team, and if you can nail that down, even if you are, I'd say outplayed for kind of like lack of a better wording there, even if you are outplayed by the other team, whether it be in mechanics, whether it be in speed or something, if you have better communication and you have good communication, as well as a very strong mental, you can pretty much be the underdogs and come out on top. If you guys can keep calm, like keep calm, figure out a plan, stick to it, and also adapt to how the other team is playing by figuring out their weaknesses, what they tend to like to do and don't do. And I think that's going to be what can definitely bring the best of both teams is definitely those factors to me.
Yeah, of course. Now, I did get messages from one of the teams that they're going to be late, and so we are going to be just waiting a few more minutes here before we actually get ourselves going in. I know both teams are available. Both teams have been eagerly waiting to jump on in. What team? Shadow Phoenix is going to be a few minutes late. They're currently just doing their last warm up match. That's why they're going to be a little late, but like a minute or two. As again, I know. Again, this is the start of what could be a massive season for these teams. Because the start of the Premier Championship Series, you might as well start off well. You're not going to have a ton of chances to prove yourself, so you might want to do it here if you're any of them. And also, just in these stage matches, there's not that many of them. You only get you get 7 different matches to prove yourself, and I believe only the top 4 teams will actually make it through. So, getting a win in week 1 can maybe propel you to get more wins to keep the momentum going. And for whoever can take this series, well, they'll be off to a great start.
Oh, for sure. Starting off a season, you definitely want to make a good impact. You definitely want to show what you can do as a team, and you definitely want to kind of prove that you can come out strong, stay up top, and stuff. So I'd say that always
Yeah.
first couple weeks in the season are always sometimes the most stressful because you never know what you're going to be matching up against. The how good the teams you're going to be playing are, and it can also be a time as to where you start to understand some of the struggles you have as a team together and have to try and work through them. So I'd say first couple weeks are always the most stressful, but they can also be some of the best weeks as well when playing.
Yeah, as well. And I mean, both these teams they've had history in the qualifiers. That was a good sign of like warm up for a lot of these teams, getting into the season. But now this is where the pressure can increase a little bit, and with pressure, teams generally do not play up to that same level. We'll see which one can keep it, or which one might crack, if any of them. But of course, we Need to wait for this. Says, hey, Falcons is here, and Falcons is also voting for Evolve. So far, it seems like everybody's predicting Evolve to win this. Shadow Phoenix really do have their backs against the wall here. Do you think that changes their mentality in any way? Or do you think that just gives them more confidence, Krevlow, to just prove everybody else wrong?
It's hard to say. I mean, sometimes, like, I know for me back when a bit earlier when I'd see a lot of people in chat when I would be playing, it definitely gave a boost of confidence. It kind of eased the mindset a little bit, but at the same time, there were days where it also felt like there was more pressure to perform even better, because you had all these people who were cheering for you and you didn't want to upset or disappoint them. So sometimes it definitely can be a great boost of of energy and mentality and stuff. But on the offhand, once in a while you can have it where you feel a little bit of pressure. But I'd say that's a rare chance. So it might really boost them out, especially the first couple of games. But we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, and I think that's a good kind of transition. I need to close my door. Someone left my door open, and then we'll get ourselves going. Alright, cool. There we go. Door closed. Krevlow, you ready for the series?
I am indeed.
Your first time actually doing commentary.
It is.
And yeah, I mean, you talk about pressure. We got some. We're gonna just add some pressure here to Krevlow. Why not? Anyways, big series here for both these teams. The start of the Premier Championship Series, and both of them, they want to get on top of this action.
Oh no, why did that work?
A best of 5 series. Here we go. Everybody's ready. And everybody's in. Evolve Sapphire on the blue. Shadow Phoenix takes to the orange. We got a series on our hands. And it all starts here in game 1.
Yeah, so Gerald's he's got the ball. He's going for I think an air dribble off the side there, but he couldn't keep control of it. It's taken as I can't speak now. Shadow Phoenix was in possession there for a quick moment. And it's put down into the middle, but it's looking to go off the backboard for Rando, but it's just not hard enough. It's just cleared down. They still have possession, and it's going towards the middle, but couldn't get it in front of his teammate. Orange is back. It's back for, I believe his name is Davlos?
Oh, Diablos.
Not sure how you pronounce that.
Diablos. A lot of people. He's better known by his nickname of Fluffy.
Okay, Fluffy.
That might help you out there. A lot of people call him
Squatchy's
Fluffy.
going for a flip reset. He's gonna put it down, but it's not in. You just can't get back to recover, and it was saved out. And it's now been played quite a lot through the mid zone, I'd say. But Squatchy's looking to center that ball. His teammate's up and it's down, and it's just not in. Just got it above the crossbar there. Sketchy has the ball now. He clears it out. They're looking to put on some offensive pressure here, but doesn't look like they can set anything up as it's cleared by Gerald.
Phoenix.
Fluffy's there.
Yeah, and you talked. I think I liked what you mentioned about the mechanics of both these teams. You saw Squashy go for a flip reset earlier. You saw some double tap attempts. Nothing penetrating that net just yet, but you like to see that kind of vision from these teams. They're coming in ready to throw in those mechanical players, ready to throw in something great. And we do have a rule 1 here. We'll see how long that is held as. Kyer and Gerald both stuck nose to nose. Rando now with a dribble infield. 50 on Diablo, saved away. Shadow Phoenix holding on. That rule 1 has now been broken. Wonder if someone bumped him out of that one. That's my assumption, but right now the offense still in favor of Evolve Sapphire, but with no goals to their name. It's almost as if it didn't exist at all. In front, Gerald looking for the clear shot, not coming yet. Infield though to Squashy. That will be the first one in. Almost halfway through the first game of the series, and Squashy will Evolve Sapphire on top.
Man, that was a great play. I would say he putting it off the sidewalk to position himself better, and he just had the vision to pass it to his teammate who was wide open in the mid. He was just able to put it straight down the center lane of that net there. I really like to see that play. That one's going off the backboard, and they almost have another chance to capitalize on the other end, bring it back to a tie. And I gotta say, like, with what you said earlier about the mechanics, yeah, I definitely enjoy watching these players try a lot of different things. You know, you saw one go for an air dribble, and you can see the different consistencies too. Like sometimes they manage to hit these crazy plays, and that might just be in. And it is, as Randall got up to the ball first and put it down into the net. Um, yeah, it just looked like an awkward bounce for Phoenix, and they just couldn't set up to defend against that. But
And I like what you mentioned again, mechanics, but so far both the goals have not had to use these crazy mechanical plays. In fact, they've been team plays, they've been doing the simplistic things better. Evolve Sapphire, I'm starting to learn the true meaning of Rocket League. It's not about how cool the goals are, it's about how consistent you are in them. Squashy with the 50-50, this one in front, cleared away. Evolve Sapphire continue to hold the midfield, and that's going to be kind of the deciding factor in this game right now as Shadow Phoenix just having a tough time actually even getting a chance to break out, nonetheless getting any offense to show for it.
yeah, and that's definitely really true too. So sometimes playing less mechanical, playing a bit slower, is definitely better because sometimes the slower you play, and I don't mean like insanely slow, but I mean in terms of not rushing what you do, is sometimes just insanely better to do than trying to be as mechanical as you can, because you end up being more consistent, making good plays, and that's a great opportunity, and it's in. The pass up to the side to into the air for Fluffy there, and he shoots it off the back wall for Sketchy. He just finishes it as nobody's in net, and I feel like that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. They're not going for insane plays. They're just making these subtle touches to each other, and it's putting them in a great position. As that nearly is in. Oh my, this game is just kind of going back and forth right now, especially off the kickoffs too. My. And is that it? No.
That's a save as well from Fluffy. My goodness, some great saves here from the Shadow Phoenix side, but they need offense, and they're in the final minute to do it. Here in the Manfield Knight Stadium, Squashy flicks towards the back wall. He can't get the shot. Sketchy Desires with the clear. Going back, Gerald. Like he had no boost there for a moment, but he had a lot in his tank now. Looking infield, Ferrando, challenge. Will favor Shadow Phoenix. Gerald into the corner, taking that corner boost with him. Now looking for a pass upfield. Still instead of Sapphire's possession. Rando. Second touch. Maybe a fake play backfield, but cleared up. Kyer. Redirect high up to the ceiling. Squashy. Looking for a clear, looking to end this game, but Sketchy Desires trying to answer back. It's in front. Rando with the save. Kyer off the sidewall. Yavlos. Still Diablos. Gerald. That won't drop those. Sketchy Desires keeping it up. Challenging is Kyer. Shadow Phoenix doing everything they can, and it's only game one. Kyer.
Oh
Gerald, all
my.
he needs to do is let it drop. It's still up. It's still
my.
up. Kyer to his own corner here now. Shadow Phoenix going backwards, going all the way around. Well, how much do they have so much boost? Now it will be dropped. Evolve Sapphire take game one. You had to hold your breath there for a long time if you're an Evolve fan. That one was maybe a little too close for comfort, but Shadow Phoenix can't get the goal in the end, and the offense really was that one-sided. You said it was back and forth. I think Evolve Sapphire are going to disagree with your statement there, Krevlow, because
Yeah,
11 shots to
taking a look
2
at that.
isn't really back and forth.
No, it definitely looked like it was back and forth looking at the game, but looking at the stats, it tells a complete different story. And I gotta say, this definitely will be a entertaining series to watch. I mean, with that many shots and the game still being as close as it was in terms of the score, I mean, I gotta hand it to Shadow Phoenix though. They did do quite a few saves to keep themselves from falling too far behind. And that last second effort too, trying to keep the ball up, trying to get something to go for maybe to tie it up, bring it into overtime. Man, it shows that they really want to not just let Evolve Sapphire win any of the games. It shows that they want to try and keep them on their toes, and and have to work for it as well.
Yeah, but Evolve Sapphire did get the win in the end. Do Shadow Phoenix have some tricks for game 2? Because it seemed like game 1 took a lot of their energy. And no matter how well they play, it just seems like Sapphire has the midfield held under the palm of their hand. Now into game 2. These are best of 5s. They're going to be a lot quicker than the best of 7s you may be used to. As a kickoff goal. 1 second in. That's the fastest goal we've seen on my channel in history.
You know,
As Kyer misses
really
that one,
sure
it's
completely.
Kyer just missed. That's as simple as it is.
Yeah, it just looked like he caught the floor off of his kickoff, and it just where none of his teammates were expecting it. That's not really unfortunate goal, actually. I'd say it's coming back, and it might be a shot, but it just goes wide. And now Shadow Phoenix have the ball and just put out to mid. Squashy's gonna have it. He's gonna go for a play up the sidewall, looking to set something up, but Buddy's there and it's coming across. It's a double commit by Shadow Phoenix. Luckily, it didn't let Sapphire set anything up.
Yes.
Now they're gonna be looking towards mid as he misses that. Diablo's there, try and keep it away from them. Just can't. It's a good 50 into the corner, but nobody's there to capitalize on that.
Yeah.
He puts it down.
It's kind of like a 50-50 simulator. Right now in this
really.
game. A lot of 50-50s. Oh, that's almost in from Kyer. Oh, just a little wide. Rando will pass it back to Squashy, but Sapphire don't have a lot of boost right now. Those 50-50s starting to really deplete their resources, but still holding on. Shadow Phoenix. Mistake here. Catchy. Gets stung by Gerald as well. If all of Sapphire do get themselves out of defense and gonna be a little more relieved with that, they can get some boost, they can recollect themselves and prepare for more of a game to come. Generally, you don't see a lot of goals from Sapphire in these games. It's close. Shadow Phoenix, credit to them, have played extremely well defensively, but it's still it's the same thing for them. They can't find a way to break out. Although they've been more successful this game, the shots from them, which is what you need to focus on, just haven't been there.
Yeah, and to me, it's looking like, oh my, that was very close. To me, it's looking like,
I almost cursed it.
it's looking like Shadow Phoenix. They're able to get the ball out of their own end and into like the offensive zone of Sapphire. But it looks like Sapphire is just playing really well defensively. And as I say that, they double commit, but it might be a goal. And no, what a save from Kyer.
Kyer.
I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that.
His name's Kyer.
Kyer, thank you, Sporty.
Wait a second, Diablo's on. That's going to be a goal.
Man.
And you know, you were talking about Evolve Sapphire's defense. Well, what happens when it breaks down? No one was there for it, and that'll be an easy shot for Diablos, albeit there was a bump from Kyer on the line to prevent that chance, but still, Evolve Sapphire there, a rare miscue. This game's tied up. It doesn't matter how good they've been at keeping pressure. Their offense has only been partially successful when it comes to actually getting goals. Shadow Phoenix, as long as they take advantage of the situations they get, we could be seeing them really push their way back. Diablos. Holding in the corner, is going to leave it now for Sketchy Desires. Pinch up. Rando, the only one to it. Diablos waiting back. He misses it, though. Going backfield, and Shadow Phoenix once again need to break out.
I gotta say, I'm starting to wonder if Shadow Phoenix might have to start looking for bumps and demos in order to break through that defense a little bit more. Because as well as their defense has been, even though they've broken it down a little bit, of course, I do it again. I talk about their defense and they get scored. Man, I really gotta stop cursing them like that. It's not paying off well, but that leads it to 2-1 for Shadow Phoenix now. I think that's the first lead that they've had of this series so far.
I believe so as well. Yeah, from what I remember, I can't remember them having a lead before this. But Sapphire almost tied up here. Up for it's Rando, but he'll leave it for Squashy! Great communication! Sure, it looked a little bit ugly in the end, but Squashy called the play himself. Rando let him have it. And it's 2-2.
Oh my. And I gotta say that definitely is great communication. It looks like he was called off the ball as I believe Squashy had a better angle to take that shot. And I love to see that between teams. Like that level of communication they have. And
Oh my goodness,
Randall's just
Rando.
taking it over, and he just gets demoed. That's one of the demos I'm looking at, right? The Collier
But
has it,
I
but
need to see more
can't get into
offensive
it.
demos from here from Shadow Phoenix. Not like demos like that defensively. I need to see them do consistently go for offensive demos when they're in that offensive half because, again, for them, generating shots seems to be their difficulty. They get pressure. Once in that blue half, it just seems like they don't really know what to do. They don't make shots. Their opportunities are slim, and unless they get a bump, it's really tough for them to goal. Their first goal of this game came from a bump play. Really, a bump was a part of it. And now you ask for Shadow Phoenix. Do they elect to use it? I like what you say about the bumps, but
Yeah, it's
so
just
far from them,
whether
we just haven't
they-
seen it.
Yeah, it's just whether they can they realize what they need to do for that, because I can say it's definitely a hard thing to realize what you might need to do or change, especially when it comes to being offensively. Because I mean, it takes back when I played it a lot of times, it was like you'd think of anything else but something that would be so simple as just, hey, let's look for some bumps or demos. You know, let's disrupt them, and that's just a 58 to the net by Gerald. It's a great way to be there, actually, and it looks like Kyer just couldn't get it, just couldn't 58 out of the net.
Gerald went to
And
the
now-
gym, and now
He did.
he's using those big muscles of his to give Evolve Sapphire a late lead. Final seconds. Shadow Phoenix, they've been here before. Last time they kept it up for a long time. It didn't work out in the end. This time, any differences? No, Orlando
that's like the end.
into the open net. He was going to waste a little bit of time there as well. Evolve Sapphire now will lead 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, I gotta say, on that play, it looked like there might have been a little bit of miscommunication, maybe a bit of desperation as well from Shadow Phoenix as well, double committed, leaving the net open. Just, and it just, you know, it didn't work in their favor. I gotta say,
Oh wait,
they
they're doing
might
it
be
again.
panicking a
They're going to
little
keep the
bit.
ball up. Yeah. Okay, I love it. They did really well last time at doing this. Let's see how well they do this time. Now that they're working together for this. Let's see. Let's see. Just keep counting. Oh, okay.
Oh my. And that's the thing I like to see. I like to see players kind of working together like that to keep it up, you know, try to make something of it. And it's kind of like it becomes kind of from I don't know, I can't think of the word right now, but it makes it more of a possessional game. It's like when they're playing like that, you know, keeping it up, trying to keep it away from the opposing team. And I'd like to maybe see that kind of being incorporated a little bit, if possible, through the teams throughout the series. I mean, Evolve Sapphire, they took that again. The shots definitely, they weren't as far apart, but it was still in Sapphire's favor this game.
I
And
mean,
it's just,
yeah. Oh, go
yeah.
ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. um, but yeah, it just looks like I think Shadow Phoenix just has to get more offensive pressure, take more shots, you know, look for some bumps and demos in Sapphire's defensive end, try and to try and disrupt their playstyle and make something of it.
Yeah, and to add to that, I don't think Shadow Phoenix is ever going to win the shooting game. In the last two games, they've been outshot dramatically.
Yeah.
For them, they need to find a different part of the game to win. Their defense has done very well at holding up. Every game has been one goal. But you can tell it's a losing battle that they're playing right now. We need to see a way that they can turn around. I like what you said with bumps. But maybe it also just comes from keeping better midfield possession. Because right now, again, they're not winning the shooting battle. And I don't think they ever will. Sapphire, I think, is just a little too good at getting themselves up to offense and holding it. I need to see Shadow Phoenix really utilize those few opportunities they do get.
Yeah, I definitely think that Shadow Phoenix might need to start playing a little bit more possessive, like keeping that ball close to them instead of kind of rushing plays and stuff. Because I think that might be one of the things is they kind of get it and then they don't take their time with it. You know, they don't, and maybe it's coming down to communication. They're not calling out like how much time they might have, you know, or you know what they can do with the ball. And that might be in, but it's
Oh
not.
jeez,
And it's
Sketchy
almost
Desires
got in.
puts it off his own crossbar. I look at that and I'm thinking, oh no, we're gonna see an own goal here. Sketchy, little fortunate now, a shot here, that one stopped away. Squashy inadvertently made that shot even more powerful. Now Rando with a dribble on Diablos. Diablos jumps on time. Broken defense here from Shadow Phoenix, but they do survive in the end.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Squashy's looking like definitely probably one of the better players on the field right now. He really likes those aerial plays, and I think that's gonna be something that they take off of him. They have to strip him of. They have to keep him out of that air, you know, and beat him to everything, because he's really putting pressure on them with that. The Sketchy Desire sends it to the middle, but nobody's there. And 2 whips right there, 3! And that could have been a great opportunity to get some offensive pressure, maybe a goal too, but Kyre's looking towards the mid. He's gonna flick it. He flicks it up, and it's in over 2 of the defenders.
That's an interesting play. I look at this one unfold and I go, well, what's happened? Well, Gerald bumped out Rando.
Oh my.
Evolve Sapphire,
sure.
they had that save on lock, and then in comes Gerald, booting Rando out of the way. Unfortunately, that will lead to a goal against them, but fortunately for us, that's a pretty fun goal to watch at. Evolve Sapphire now down. Haven't seen them down like this early in a game. We'll see how this changes things for them. Kyre on Rando, 50-50. Looking in field, Rando with the collect. Sapphire, again, they're not a high-scoring team. For them to win, they're going to need to keep these games close. Squashy, downfield, saved away. Now Rando to Gerald. Squashy, maybe calling for it, but no, it's Rando up early. And Evolve running out of boost here. They're going to all move back. Diablos, a lot of space in front. It's 50-50. They'll be challenged by Squashy. Now he looks out for Rando, but Rando gets bumped away. Squashy will try to follow himself. Rando, it's scrappy gameplay right now. Evolve Sapphire is playing, but they're trying to win it that way. Gerald infield. Sketchy Desires with the beat. Rando now. Evolve Sapphire trying to really attack these corners. You think they're looking for infield passing plays, but nothing for them just yet.
Yeah, and Dave's I'm sorry, Diablos. Took it off the backboard and he couldn't get it. Rando's now coming back the other way. He just can't get it, and it's a shot towards net. Can't they get there? And Sketchy Desires clears it just in time. So now they're coming back the other way. It's gonna go up high. Koyer's gonna be there. Doesn't look like they can capitalize on the play though. He's gonna look to try and take it off of Sapphire, but he couldn't do it. Now they're coming back the other way. Squashy is going for a fake. He's going for a dribble, and it's in. Oh my! And
you talked about the bump plays. You talked about them. You talked about the bump plays, and this is how it happens. I have a feeling you're going to say the exact same thing.
Yeah, and that was a great play. He took it up. I believe. I could be mistaken, but it looks like a bump was being called, so he took his time with the ball to wait for that and just capitalize on it. And that's going to be in on the other way. What happened there?
That's just a sneaky play. Cheeky from Kyre.
It was just down. Oh,
the
it was
doink,
just
and it just died. It just died on his car. I can't believe that. Kyre, I don't know if he expected that to go in, but usually when a player goes for a doink, it goes up, straight up. That one, it went straight down. You rarely see that from a doink, and that's why it bamboozled Evolve Sapphire so much. Now Gerald looking for a dribble. Can't get a dunk on Sketchy Desires, but gonna break his way through. Kyre. Infield for Sketchy, but Rando gets a stop. Maybe a clear as well, but he misses that. No chances here for Evolve. Now it's them who's going to be dropping here late in this game, unless they can get something to answer back. Squashy downfield. Squashy with the follow, can't read it. It's Rando towards the net. 2 players commit from Shadow Phoenix. Squashy now, looking to challenge. Kyre gets it away. Gerald now, offense looming. Stopped on the line by Sketchy. Gerald in front. Diablos gets first to it. But Squashy with the shot. Squashy saved by Sketchy Desires. Shots ringing out here. No goals yet. Gerald now. That's off target. Squashy. Again, it's off the back wall. No shooting here right now. But Rando trying to find his way through. It's Gerald up. Final seconds. Bombardment here for Evolve Sapphire. But alas, Nothing will work. That fort of Shadow Phoenix will stand, but only for a little bit. Randall of the back wall. Gerald, back post and in.
Oh my. And I knew a goal was coming. I mean, you just had to sense it there. Like, all that pressure, and they couldn't capitalize at first, but then they came back down on a kind of like an odd man rush, I'd say, and they just managed to put it in, tying it up with 15 seconds left to go. Oh my, that was something.
Does this
That was
game
all
have
for
anything
sorry for the
more?
side.
Does this game have anything more?
don't know.
I want to see final seconds now. Sketchy Desires dribbles it out.
There
No
has to
play
be
there.
more.
Squashy though. Wait! No! Squashy starts! Evolve Sapphire have 1 on 0 seconds!
And they got the sweep. 0-second goal from Squashy. Just was in perfect position to come down and take that. Oh my, that, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the Moist vs. Furia Fatch, what am I talking about? Match. Just 0-second play, just the goal to win it all. Right there. Oh my, that was amazing to watch. And Evolved Sapphire, they just take the sweep.
Yeah, they do. Not
Wow.
Sapphire. You mean... Yeah, sorry,
Or
Sapphire. Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
Sapphire.
Sapphire.
I'm wrong.
I thought I called the wrong thing for a second.
I don't know why I thought of Shadow
Oh.
Phoenix, but again, a big win for them, but... Man, anything you want to say about that series? I know we're going to talk about that 0-second goal. That was incredible, but... What about the rest of the series as well? It was close. Every game was close. It was a 1-goal differential, but a sweep in the end,
Yeah.
and I think that was kind of the result that Evolve Sapphire deserved.
Yeah, I definitely say so. I definitely would say that Sapphire definitely had the better offensive game, as well as I'd say the defensive game was quite close as well. I'd definitely say that. They both put up a good fight on the defensive end, but Evolve Sapphires, their offense was just able to just break through. And that was an incredible series to watch. I enjoyed that a lot. It I definitely wasn't expecting that ending to it. Um, but yeah, no, that was amazing. Amazing from both teams, but Sapphire just managed to break it out.
Yeah, and of course, it was Squashy who scored that, right?
Yes, it was.
It was, I was gonna say it was Squashy. Of course it was Squashy. We hyped him up before the game, and he comes up. And the most important, and speaking of Squashy, he's here with us. Hello, Squashy. Welcome, man. Congratulations on your week 1 win.
Hello, Sporty. Hello, Krevlow. Thank you for having me here again.
Yeah, man, a great result. How do you feel now that you've kind of gotten those week 1 jitters out with a sweep against Shadow Phoenix?
We feel good, honestly. We felt really good in the series. Honestly, props to Shadow Phoenix. They played very well. They're a very solid team. They didn't make it easy. That was really good.
I gotta ask you something. On that second goal in the third game, were you dribbling it up and there was a bump? Who was it? I forget who it was by,
I think it was
but
Randall
your
who
teammates
did it.
bumped. Did you guys call that? Did you guys call that out or?
Yeah. Yeah, he called it.
Oh, that's amazing. I love to see that. That's great communication, I'd say. Man.
I kind of slowed down a little bit because I knew he was coming for the bump because he
Yeah,
called
I
it out.
know. Yeah, I loved seeing that play. I was wondering if that was just pure coincidence or you guys had called it out, and no, that was just great teamwork.
Yeah, honestly, we've been working on that communication part, and it's been resulting really well. Honestly, I love
Yeah,
how.
And to add as well, I want to add something else to that, that was the mark of a crazy, a crazy comeback in the final seconds. But that's not the only game that was close. Every game was a 1-goal differential, and you guys got the sweep. What do you think was it that kind of separated you? It separated, I guess, Sapphire from Shadow Phoenix. Even though you guys had a lot of the same things going for yourselves, it was not separated by a lot, obviously, in the scoreline.
I think what separated us is like that sheer will, that determination to win. I'm not sure honestly. I'm not good at those type of things, but yeah, I think it's just that that wanting for the win. There's I feel like I said Shadow Phoenix were solid, absolutely, they're very good, but they just don't have that one click that makes them win. I think that's what they have left. But aside from that, they're a very good team. And obviously, Diablos slash Fluffy is one of my buddies. I love that man. They're all
Yeah.
very good.
And next week, you play H2K. And I've heard a lot of people talking about it. That is the of any team I've heard people talk about as, oh no, someone's they're getting an ad break. Oh no, Twitch is oh no, Twitch is giving
Oh,
them an ad
no.
break.
Oh
Oh.
no, I hate those side breaks.
Again, well, next week you got H2K, and again, if any team I've heard people talk about, it has to be them. People are saying you gotta watch out for H2K. You gotta be scared of H2K. H2K is a beast. I don't know. I've heard people say no one's gonna beat H2K. What do you say to that? Because that's gonna be an incredible week 2 matchup.
Well, honestly, I'm very excited about that. I mean, I haven't heard much about them, maybe because I live under a rock. But yeah, I hope they can bring out that beast against us. See what we can do. I hope it's gonna. I'm looking forward to it.
And again, congratulations on your win. Before you go, do you have any shoutouts? Do you have anything you want to say? Any last messages to anybody watching the stream right now?
Well, I just want to shout out my boys, my Evolve boys. You know, they're the man, and I want to shout out Phoenix. Well, because they play very well. They didn't make it easy for us, and yeah, that's it.
Again, congratulations on your win. Maybe we'll see you next week against H2K. That would be an amazing matchup. But again, congrats on the victory. You guys definitely deserved it. You played exceptionally well.
Thank you, Sporty. Thanks for having me again. Thanks for streaming again. I appreciate that.
Of course, always a blast. And Krevlow, by the way, thank you for the sub, Roctane. And yeah, who's this? I'm assuming you talked about Krevlow, who's here with me doing some co-commentary. Krevlow, anything you want to say to the stream now? I mean, you know, your first time doing commentary. How do you feel now after it all?
Still a bit nervous. Feel like I could have done better, but hey, I mean, I can't complain. It was a great series. I enjoyed myself. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I gotta thank you for letting me be here and alongside you, for sure.
This is Champions, by the way, Roxane. This is Champions. We just finished up a matchup, so you'll be able to watch the stream back. As again a good matchup. Again, thank you so much for joining me, Krevlow. You know, if this dude gets into commentary, he'll remember this matchup as his first. You know, you always gotta love your first as commentary. But again, thank you so much. Anything you want to say to the stream to wrap us up?
Are you talking to me or Squashy here? Sorry. Oh, to me.
Any last messages? We're gonna get a raid going.
I'm not sure. I can't think of anything right now. I'm trying to think, but I don't know.
It's all right. Sometimes it's all right. I'll say it instead. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you for joining the Spodio stream. Everybody have a great rest of your day. We'll be live again tonight, though. Focus on the schedule here. We'll be live again in a couple of hours to see some Blackline at Cloud9 versus Final Form Entertainment's Void. But again, we'll see you guys there on the Sportiest stream. Everybody take care.